Welcome to the segment BBC. Now, in this segment, what we do is interview the boldest in Ghana that have made it in this market against all odds. So in the studio, we have Phish, who is the CEO and Executive Chairman of Generic 7. Now, can you tell us a bit about what exactly is Generic 7?
Okay, thank you so much, Crystal. I'd like to say it's a privilege to be here, and thank you so much for what you're doing. Yeah. Generic 7 Consult International was or is a brainchild idea about bridging the data gap between Africa or within Africa, and to be more specifically Ghana. The idea was conceived out of the unreliability in terms of our hardcore research that we have in Ghana and that we have in Africa as a whole, because we sat down and said that, most entrepreneurs find it difficult to have data based on whether feasibility studies or a data on ICT, a data on oil and gas, a data on banking and finance, etc., before they start their business. And it's quite hectic if an entrepreneur, a budding entrepreneur, wants to start a business. He or she does not have any platform to take decisions before he or she starts. Or in terms of even emerging markets, if you want to move outside the country or you want to set up maybe a branch in Pretoria or Ontario, Canada, you need certain reliable form of information about their political history, their culture, their demographics, their purchasing power parity.
So you guys do all of that, and
exactly.
You put it together.
We put it together and we make life easier for the entrepreneur, because you need information at every stage of your product development life cycle.
Now, where do you find all the information from? Because it's very difficult to find the information in the first place. So that must be a serious challenge.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
It is a serious challenge, because targeting data in this part of our continent, Africa, is no joke, because we like to approximate and estimate, but having a hardcore data has to do with, first and foremost, also relying on high-ranking institutions all around the world. So the first step is that how do we get our feet within the data industry as far as research is concerned, and then provide our clients with research data. And we said, all right, let's comb through some of the internet, and then we have to liaise with highly reputable firms like Research International, Griffon, which specializes in global investment strategies as far as real estate is concerned, BCC, Arbitron, Global Monitor, Eurodata, and a whole lot, INT'L, and a whole lot. So most of what we do at Generic 7 Consult is practically online, because we get most of our research reports, online. About 70% of our research reports, from our partners or alliances. Exactly. It's a whole lot. I can't mention.
But how do you go then to, how do you make money out of your business?
Yes. We don't only focus on research, actually. Okay. We do motion graphics. I'm also into IT. I'm the head of research and technology at Generic 7. So we do a lot of graphics and graphics advertising. In terms of motion graphics advertising, we consult in HR, we consult in global marketing strategies, software engineering. So we sell application softwares to startups, SMEs, and corporate bodies who want payroll softwares.
And you create those softwares? We
create some of these softwares, and sometimes we have third-party alliances with other firms that are Microsoft certified.
Okay.
Exactly, like Modular Resource on the local street of the Stadium Road, Modular Resource. So sometimes we realize that it is not everybody who can afford an accountant when you're starting. So why don't we have these ERP software that can take care of your payroll for you? You can know how much you're spending on utilities and on your employees per month, per quarter, per year, and then you can track your cash flows, inflows and outflows. The software can do it for you with a little training, on the job training, and with the installation.
Now
you can
tell
do it
me,
yourself.
in regards to getting your company started, Was that difficult in Ghana, getting your company started for what it is, information sharing, but setting up your office space, registering for the company, was that difficult?
I would say in a climate like Ghana, it is not easy to start up a company or to start up a firm. It is not easy because we have an environment that favors a whole lot of, bureaucracy, red tapeism, go and come tomorrow kind of a thing. So you need strong tenacity. You see, sometimes I am tempted to assume that sometimes entrepreneurs are born.
Yes.
What I mean by born is that you must be created for it. Everything within you, because you must have energy for it. So much mental energy, so much staying power. You see, not giving up mentality. You see.
Are you saying then that some entrepreneurs that are not born as entrepreneurs cannot start their own business? What are you saying with that?
No, I'm saying that sometimes you can learn. You can be trained to become a good business leader. But you see, there's this aspect of entrepreneurship that it's mysterious. You can't actually pinpoint, but it's like your whole physiology is actually designed for the job. It's like you've been created for the jobs, kind of a thing. So I would say that yes, it was difficult, but you have to have focus and you have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. For me, I live it. I live the vision of Generic 7. I breathe it.
That's what you have to do. I mean, if you've started your own business, you have to learn to, love it for it. And that way also, you can work and love what you do.
Precisely.
You're supposed to feel like you're working every single day. Now, you were educated all your life here in Ghana. You've lived here all your life, right?
Yes, in Ghana,
now, what are some of the challenges that you faced in starting your own business that you wish maybe the educational system would have, or the environment would have trained you better for in starting your company?
Yeah, one of the interesting things I realized when I was at the University of Ghana is that we don't really have a climate that appreciates entrepreneurship. You see, it's rather the opposite in the West. And if you really want to succeed in this country or in Africa, you must have a certain kind of different attitude from what is actually going around, because it's just the opposite of what you want to do.
Yes.
You see, one thing is finance. I know so many friends of mine who are so sharp in terms of IT, in terms of ideas, but they are all constrained because they go to the bank after their national service to look for, like, say, 2,000 or 3,000 to just set up. Not necessarily getting an office space, but buy a couple of logistics here and there to start the business, and it's a problem.
Yes.
And you see, the government is not working hand in hand with the financial institutions, you see. And what I think, in my opinion, is that it has to become more of like a national agenda to promote entrepreneurship at the tertiary level. It's very, very important. It will surprise you to know that when I was at the University of Ghana, the number of people who attend entrepreneurship class is so small as compared to the number of people who attend their normal regular BA classes. And it shows you the mentality of our people. But when we all finish school, it all bounces back to entrepreneurship. We all bounce back to entrepreneurship again.
It does.
So I'll recommend the government to do much more in terms of working more hand in hand with the financial institutions and make entrepreneurship a priority, because it is what actually lifts up every nation, honestly.
Yes. Now, totally. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, this is all we have time for. But I do want to just say that I do agree with you that definitely, at the end of the day, the government should try and assist us. But at the same time, I think that individuals should work on how to build themselves as entrepreneurs. Like, don't just look into trying to get funds and like, how are you going to get funds? Try and get a job. Try and find a way, because you can't just sit back, relax, and then hope that the government will do something. so many people that the government needs to take care of. But
Yes.
you're gonna wait for them to come to you and be like,
Of
oh,
course,
look
it
at
won't
you
work.
there,
It won't
you're
work.
so
It won't
special,
work.
because
Yeah.
everyone's special.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so definitely, my advice, do not just sit home and wait for things to just happen. Work towards it, because it takes, as you can see, General 7 is sitting right here. I'm sitting here. We're all working. So you work for it and
Yeah.
make it happen.
You
Now,
will.
let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.